Well, hey crafting friends, it's Hiedi Scott with DIY I hope you're having a wonderful day. On this video, what I'm planning to do is show you a ton of different carrot and Easter themed projects that we've done here at DIY last year. Well, a few this year already, some last year and some the year before. So it should be fun. Hopefully it'll get your creative juices flowing. I'm also going to give you a little sneak peek of what I'm working on for our next project. So as you're hopping on, say hello. Let me know where you're watching from. Feel free to sprinkle, 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 all that normal good stuff. This would actually be a really good video to sprinkle just because I'll be showing so many different ideas. So I know carrot projects are all the rage right now. And possibly you're tired of them. But I started doing carrot projects two years ago here on DIY. It was Easter 2020. And so that's where I want to start. And then we'll move into this year, and I just have a bunch of different things to show you. Okay, so if I'm correct, and there's a good possibility that I'm not remembering accurately, I think these were some of the first carrots that I ever made on DIY. And here's the story. I believe this was 2 years ago. This was, look at this fabric, you guys. I wish I could find it again. It was a small piece of fabric that I got from a friend, a neighbor, a long time ago. And I just stumbled onto it and I loved it for Easter. So I made a variety of different things using this fabric. And then when it was out, the next year I decided to create my own fabric. So we'll talk about that in a second. But in case you're wondering what these are crumpled up paper towel tubes. And then I just took my fabric and strips of it that I tore and wrapped it around and around and around. This is some green burlap wired ribbon that I cut in strips, and then here are some strings out of the 5.5-inch wide burlap ribbon that I love to make our pulled string burlap flowers with. This is the string that you pull out of it. So this was the first thing I wanted to show you. This is so super simple. You can use any kind of fabric. It doesn't even have to be orange, but inside of these are paper towel tubes. Okay, so that first year that I was doing carrot projects, I also made this adorable banner. Oh my gosh. And I'm thinking about pulling this stuff out for my house this year. Look at this banner. These, I cannot remember for the life of me where I got this cardboard. It's like almost, it's not quite cardboard, but it's heavy duty brown craft paper banner. I don't think I made it, but I can't remember. It's been 2 years. And so I just used that same burlap string, that same fabric, and these are, 2 or 3 dimensional, whatever that is, because they're stuffed. Can you see the profile? And then this is just the brown, the tan colored strings pulled out of that 5.5-inch wide burlap ribbon that comes from Walmart. And I bet you somebody here is new and doesn't know what I'm talking about. So let me see if I can just pull out a roll of it right away. Let's see. It comes in a ton of different colors, and you get this, you can get it other places too, but I usually pick mine up at Walmart. It'll be much bigger than this, and it's around $6, and it's 5.5 inches wide. And basically all we're doing is we're cutting it the length we want, and then we're pulling the strings out of it and just leaving a few on the edges to make those really cute pulled string burlap flowers. And I always hang on to everything, so I have a whole basket full of this kind of stuff. These are some strings that came out of some red. So that's what we're talking about. And the top of these carrots here was just made with the tan colored 5.5-inch burlap ribbon. Okay, put this away. And I think I will actually maybe put this out on my fireplace this year. So that is another thing I made. And then that same year, I was having so much fun that I made this pillow cover. And it looks adorable on my couch. Now, in 2 years, I've learned a lot. There's a ton of different things that you could use to make the green stuff on the top. And also, these look really floppy when the pillow sheet thing is empty, but when it's full, they're fine. So this was another thing I made that year. And we're gonna do a craft like this year's reinterpretation of this idea sometime in the next few weeks. These pillow forms, in case you're wondering, come from magnoliadiy.com, and when I'm all finished, I will get you guys links. So what do you think so far? Let's see, who's on? I see Clara and Leslie and Karen and Sarah. I have a ton more ideas, so stay with me. Okay, another thing that I did that very same year, and this is something I love to do and I haven't done it in a little while, and I don't know if I came up with this idea originally or not. I kind of think I did because it was more than 2 years ago, is I made these candle garters. This is just burlap, a little bit of vintage sheet music, some vintage buttons, a teeny tiny little piece of that fabric, and it's just glued around the base of this. It probably doesn't have any, nope, no battery left in there. This battery operated candle, and this was another one that I made. And these just look super cute, and I might get these out this year also. So what do you guys think about that? I love having little touches that sort of coordinate the whole thing. Okay, let's move to last year, 2021. What did we do? Oh my gosh, we did a ton of different things. One of the things we did was this. I ordered, they're wanting to grab each other and pull each other apart. Let's see. I ordered a teeny bit of this, I believe it's called popcorn chenille. It's vintage from an Etsy dealer in cream, and it's expensive. If you ever find chenille at a thrift store, like a chenille bedspread or a vintage chenille bathrobe or something, grab it, especially if it's in decent condition, and especially if it's this. Anyway, so last year we made these cream colored little carrots, and I made them all different lengths and thicknesses and shapes, and these looked super cute in my dough bowl. Okay, and this was just some greenery that I pulled off of and this is falling out of it, off of a long garland that I bought at Hobby Lobby, but you can use any kind of greenery. So that was last year. And then also last year, and here's some more of it. Also last year, I was wanting to recreate the idea with that fabric that I love so much. This fabric right here, okay? And so I used the magnoliadiy.com. It's called a Victorian pattern stencil, and I used my pinking shears. And this is canvas duck fabric from Walmart, very inexpensive, and I just tore these little strips and glued them in there and stuffed it. And I made my own fabric, this, using orange ink and a variety of different stencils, but this was the main one that I used. I also made this one, and it has this on the other side, and it has a little mix of some of that fabric that I created. I made these last year. Now, that Victorian pattern stencil is like probably my most favorite stencil. I don't know, maybe this year I might be loving the new Flower Power pattern stencil, possibly a little more, but this So I don't know if it's in stock right now, but if it isn't in stock today, just check again in a few days because it comes and goes because it is that popular. And it's called Victorian pattern. Anyway, so I made these last year to go in a dough bowl. And I also made a few in the navy blue look, just because I was working on all of these funny navy blue bunnies. And so this is that same stencil, and it's navy blue ink. Okay? So I can't find any of the other navy blue things that I made, but just so you know, you don't have to use orange if you don't want to, but orange is a great color. So what do you guys think about the ideas so far? I'm not done, so stay with me. At the very end, I'm going to show you something that I'm working on. Okay, the other thing I did last year is I made multiple table runners using canvas duck fabric from Walmart, and I gave about 3 or 4 of them away, and I kept this one for my house. So let me show you what it looks like. It's just a strip that I tore of canvas duck fabric, and then I cut out, I used that same fabric that I made to make some carrot shapes that I used glue to glue them on there, and I did some little strips of the canvas to make the little top of the carrots, and then I just made this little ruffle. Absolutely no sewing with the machine. I did use a needle and thread to do kind of like a basting stitch, and then I glued it on. But I didn't give this one away because I thought maybe I would want to show it again, and I'm glad I didn't. And just because it's so cute in combination with all this other stuff, and it can totally pair with this. Can you see how that could work together? So that was some of last year. Let's see, what else do I have from last year? Oh, also I made some two-tiered stand little Happy Easter rolling pins. These are super cute if you have a two-tiered stand. Okay. So that says Happy Easter, and that was I was just using the little spring minis from 2021 for this. Okay, so then fast forward to this year. These were adorable, and I don't know if you saw these. By the way, let me just tell you this one thing. You have an old tattered vintage chenille bedspread. Oh, you have multiple of them. Oh my gosh. Yes. Okay, wash them on gentle, whatever you need to do to preserve them, but so they're fresh. And then just enjoy. There's so much you can do with those. Maybe cut one up at a time in case you ever decide that you want to convert one back into a bedspread. Okay, so one of the other fun things we did this year is we took these chunky, this was this year, 2022. We took these chunky orange wood hearts from Dollar Tree, and we turned them into carrots. This is that stencil that I was just telling you guys about. It's called Flower Power Pattern, and you guys, it's awesome. I mean, it's an awesome stencil. Let me see if I can find it easily to show you. There are so many things that you can do with it. Where are you? Is this it? Is it in my pile? Well, shoot. I don't know where it is right now. I have a lot of craft supplies, and I'm about 90% organized. So anyways, I used white chalk. I painted the little carrots orange, and then I used white chalk paste. And then I just glued this bunch of that same greenery that was in the other thing on where the hole is, and put a button over the top of it on this one. And then this one I used the polka dot stencil on one side and the mini plaid on the other. And this is just some green yarn from Dollar Tree. So what I was starting to tell you is if you want to see any of these videos, they are still available to you today. And all you need to do is here at DIY Dreaming, just click on the videos tab and start scrolling, and you'll see that 95% of the videos in there are all completely labeled, and the picture, the thumbnail picture for each video will show you what we're doing in that video. So you can just, you're gonna have to scroll back a while to get to Easter 2021 and Easter 2020, but they're there. So you can go back, you know, at 4 in the morning if you can't sleep and watch some carrot crafts from 2020, 2021, and then from this year. So those were another thing. And then this year we also made these little door hangers using craft paint and these awesome pins that you can get from MagnoliaDIY.com to do all the little squiggly dot business. And they look like this. If you want a link to this, just say link to pins in the comment and I will get you a direct link. Those are awesome. Excuse me, I use them all the time. So this was one that I made. Here's another one that I made, and look at the little line dot or a squiggle dot. I also made some little ones to be bowl fillers. And these are just, this is just that same canvas deck fabric. Okay? I call all of these things Stuffies, by the way. Okay, before I get to the project that, I have 2 other things to show you, but they're not related to Easter. But I don't want to forget, so let me just move these over here in front of my face so I don't forget. Okay, before I get to this other project that I want to do, that I'm working on, I want to show you the things that we made yesterday with the Cottontail Farms stencil, which is a new one from MagnoliaDIY.com. Okay, and I was showing yesterday how to make, dimensional signs for Easter. And so I used, this is a 14 by 20 magnetic blackboard that you can get from MagnoliaDIY.com, and I'll get you a direct link if you want it. It's magnetic, and I showed yesterday how to make this cute little fluffy bunny tail with a magnet. So when the season's over, I'll just clean this chalk paste off of this, and I'll be able to use this magnetic chalkboard. It's got a great white frame on it for more projects coming up. So that was one thing that we did yesterday. And then the other thing we did, I finished off camera, and it was this little bunny. This is also a magnetic frame, but I don't think you can get this one from Magnolia anymore. And I made this adorable little orange and pink and green bow with a button on it and a magnet. And when I showed it to you yesterday, I hadn't trimmed it up, but look how cute that is, isn't it? This bunny is adorable. So if you want the Cottontail Farms stencil link, just say that. Okay, before I show you this thing that I'm working on, let me just talk about 2 other projects that I'm thinking about doing, and I want to know what you guys think. Okay, a year or 2 ago, I can't even remember for sure when it was. I think this one was like a year ago. I made this cuff. It's a leather cuff using rolled rosettes that I made out of some lace and some denim. So that was one, and these are leather cuffs that you can build a piece of jewelry on. They come from Hobby Lobby. So that's one thing I wanted to show you. Here's one I made a really long time ago, and I used that stencil, the Victorian pattern stencil, and some white ink on it. Also, I washed dishes a few times, too many wearing this, and that's why some of the ink is wearing off, but see if I can get it snapped. And then I hot glued I E6000 glued a piece of jewelry over the snap. So what I want to know about this is, are you interested in doing some jewelry crafts sometime in the near future? Specifically, are you interested in doing some of these leather cuff crafts? The leather cuffs themselves are super affordable from Hobby Lobby, and they come in a bunch of different colors and sizes. So if you have a teeny wrist, be sure that you're not buying the large. Get the small. Anyway, so I want to know that. So tell me in the comments what your thoughts are if you're interested in that. The other thing is, I bought this at a craft fair last year. It's a hanger that you could put up, hang something on. See, here's the back of it. It's also a Reader's Digest book. And they've just basically screwed it shut and then screwed this on here. I don't know, I think I paid like $15 for it. But I loved the idea and I knew I would want to show it to you. So then, whenever I am thrifting at Goodwill or anywhere else, I'm always looking for pretty Reader's Digest condensed books. And this is one that I found. I have multiple of these, and here's another. So, what I want to know is, would you guys be interested in doing something like this? Or maybe we convert these books into some kind of a pretty sign, and we do something pretty on a little piece of wood that we paint or something. And stencil something on it, and then it could just be a sit about. So I have a bunch of different shapes of little wood pieces that I got out just to think about. This is how I craft. I have 10 projects lined up that I'm thinking about, trying to decide, is this something that you guys are going to want to see? So tell me what your thoughts are if this idea of using these, and you can find these condensed Reader Digest books in a ton of different colors at thrift stores for just a couple of dollars, and I think they're so pretty. So that was one thing that I also wanted to show you, and you guys tell me what you think. Okay, what I'm working on right now, I have not checked yet, but I really hope that they're still available. I'm working on making some carrot little seed pack stuffies. Okay, and I'm hoping that this stencil that I'm planning to use is still available. I have not checked yet. I think it is, but if it isn't, we can come up with some of our own way to do it. So we would be using canvas, and we would be using this stencil set called Vegetable Garden that is from MagnoliaDIY.com. And there's this, it looks terrible because I used it a lot last year. This right here makes this. And then inside we would use this piece that says carrot. There's also in that same package, I'm a little carrot crazy this year, but these would be cute too. Lettuce, tomato, and onion. So it's like a vegetable garden kind of a stencil set. Yeah. And anyways, that is what I'm working on next. I'll stencil them, heat set them, stuff them, do something cute to really amp up the cuteness on them. And Sharon says that she likes that idea, but she can't get out of the house. You can order fabric online. So if you wanted to order fabric, you would be looking for go to Amazon, look for heavyweight cotton duck canvas in cream and get a yard or two. And then you can order all of these stencils and the ink from my website. So you don't have to, and then if you don't have any stuffing or polyfill, you could order that online as well. So you wouldn't necessarily even have to get out of the house to do that. Have I used magnetic chalkboard paint and did it work well? I did that on something like 10 years ago. And I can't remember what it was, but I know I bought that paint at Walmart and it worked great. Linda says she likes the book ideas. Can I show the acorn behind me? Where's an acorn? Am I not seeing it? Oh, this was another carrot craft that we did. Maybe this is what you're thinking. You guys, these are craft sticks, also referred to as popsicle sticks, also referred to as tongue depressors sometimes. And I stained them and then I stenciled them with chalk paste using the leopard stencil that Magnolia has, and then I just put it on this board. Isn't that cute? That might be what you were asking about. Acorn. What other acorn do I have here? I don't know. I've done, you know, I'm always doing different things. These were some little lemon stuffies that we did last year. But have I made the snowball bush yet? I don't know what that is. It sounds interesting. You love the beige carrot sign, thank you. I think that's the one I just showed. Yeah, I have a little bit of a carrot obsession happening right now. So, that's like 3 years of review. 2020, 2021, and a little bit of 2022 of the various carrot and spring and Easter themed projects that I've done. And so I hope that was good. I hope that got your, I'll get that for you, Michelle. I hope that got your creative juices flowing and got you some ideas. Oh, she just crunched up paper towel tubes for those first carrots from 2 years ago. That's a good idea. You know, that kind of thing. So I hope it gave you lots of ideas. And I see tons of hearts and thumbs going up. So do a this or a this if you're liking these ideas. And if, in case you're hopping on late, you can just click on the video tab here and scroll back. There's at least maybe 1,200 videos in there because I pretty much do at least one video every day. And I've been doing this for 4 years. Anyway, so you can, and I do my best to label everything so you can go back and watch. Just click on whatever you want to watch from 1 year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Just scroll, scroll, scroll down the list when you click on the video tab. Okay, someone was just asking me about this. This was a Christ in Crafting project that I did, I think in November. And you guys, these are some rusty old nails that we have a cottage up in the Georgian Bay, north of Toronto in Canada. And so I found these rusty nails just on the rocks, on the water. And I brought them home not knowing what I would do with them. And this is just vintage sheet music Mod Podged on here. Anyway, so this was a project that you can, if you want to search Christ in Crafting, that's how you would find this video. So this was just what I made with it. And this will probably sit here on my desk for a long time because it is one of my all-time favorite projects. You know, you just have those things that you just love. Susie says she loves the cross. Tell us about Christ in Crafting, please. Okay, that's a program I do every Sunday. They're not always live. Sometimes I do have to replay a video from a year or 2 years ago. But we do a craft that is faith-focused. And then I go into the Bible and I just share verses that pertain to that craft and whatever really the Lord is putting on my heart that week to share with you. And I try for those messages to be super encouraging, because I know that these are difficult times. And anyway, so if you haven't joined me for a Christ in Crafting, gosh, I would so love for you to join me for one. That is my favorite day of crafting of the week. And it will be live this week. So definitely do a this or a this, and make sure that you've liked and followed this page and turned on your notifications, because this Sunday we're going to talk about the old rugged cross. And we're going to use this stencil, which has the sheet music, and then it has a beautiful cross image. So that's what we'll be doing this Sunday for Christ in Crafting. And I would love, 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 love to have you join me for that. Usually I do Christ in Crafting on Sundays, sometime between 1 and 4 p.m. Eastern time. Just depends on how much time it takes me to get prepared. So I'm going to hop off now, but if you started midway through this or at the end, you can go back and watch this on replay from the very beginning. I show a ton of ideas, and now I need to get it all organized and put away again. But anyways, feel free to go back and watch it. Feel free to just click the video tab and go back and watch all the other fun, different carrot projects and other projects that I've done over the last 4 years. Okay, well, thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope that you enjoyed these ideas, and don't hesitate to let me know if you want any links or if you have any questions, and of course feel free to sprinkle. Alrighty, I'll see you guys later.